What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Todd in the Car. I'm Todd Holland, and today we're going to talk about something I think is actually really important. How do we get people to engage with us on social media in a meaningful way and to stay top of mind? There's numerous ways to do this. You can become a supermodel and be an Instagram person and get a lot of people to engage that way. But for the majority of us who are not Instagram supermodels, we also need to find a way to get people to reach out to us on social media. And so the easiest way to do that, I think, is to look at the data. I've always said this. The numbers will always tell you the answer, and that's universally true. And so I'm very big on analyzing data, analyzing usage statistics of social media, analyzing what kinds of posts work. And I've been doing this. You guys probably know this. You've been following me for around a decade now. So I'm not an expert. I'm not, but if there is such thing as an expert, I'm probably the closest thing to it. Not to sound conceited. I realize how conceited that just sounded. So when you're looking at what to post and when to post it and who to post it to, I always refer back to the book I wrote, Social Media Sales Mastery. You'll have a copy of it in your dashboard. I'm happy to email it to you if you don't have it readily available in front of you. But this book tells you when people are online most across the country. And this is universally true. So what's true in Newport Beach in this particular case is also true in Nowata, Oklahoma, which is also true in Detroit, Michigan. Or for some reason, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, if you've gotten lost on your way to New York and ended up in that terrifying city. Sorry from Philadelphia, I'll probably never be able to play Philadelphia again, but yeah, it's a scary place if you end up there in an accident. I'll tell you that story a whole nother time when you guys want to hear it. But in this study I did, I analyzed 82 different major cities, and in these 82 major cities, it was overwhelmingly clear there's 5 times throughout the day that people are online and engaging with posts. And this is utilizing Facebook's SDK data kit to pull it out. This isn't me guessing and looking at just posts on my newsfeed. This is across the board, over 1 million posts analyzed with my data software, and this is what we came out with. So the first wave of online activity is between 6 and 8 a.m. in the morning in anyone's given time zone. Now, you guys would probably have, a sense of who is posting at this time just by virtue of being one of the people who's looking online and engaging with stuff. That's the work crowd. That's the gym crowd. Guys getting up, guys and girls getting up at, 5:30 in the morning, 6 in the morning, hitting the gym, having some breakfast, hitting the commute. A lot of times you're stuck in traffic. You get on Facebook. You shouldn't. I don't recommend it. To be fair, I'm recording a video on social media while on social media on the road right now, so I'm not really one to talk. But that crowd is mostly enticed by motivational stuff. Stuff to get them fired up through the day. I mean, I always kind of joke that people need 2 things in the morning, motivation and coffee, and I'm not a Starbucks, so the motivation is the way to go as far as what to present these people. So really cool memes about getting fired up and getting excited about things and, stuff that, perfect your body, perfect your mind. You've seen these things, those rich guys in front of cars, darkened tinted images and white text over it, semi-passive aggressive message telling you to get off your ass. That's incredibly effective at that time frame, between 6 and 8. That's window 1. So if there's a group of people you want to motivate, or you want to kind of, at least express the fact that you're a motivated person, that's the time that you want to post that. The next wave is about an hour to an hour and a half later, so between 9 and 11 a.m. That's the crowd of people who are, just after running the day's errands, taking the kids to school, or, the dog to the park, or, the cricket to the cricket farm, whatever weird stuff you're into. It's California. I'm not a judgy person here. But that group of people usually gets home between 9 and 11, and they kick it on the couch, and they hang out, and they take a look at, social media. And so I think it's important to, relate to who that person is. So if that person it used to be a stay-at-home mom, it's not always the case. Hell, I worked from home. My fiance works from the nurse and night shift. So it's everyone's a little bit different here. But, that group of people who do the errands for the kids and whatever and then come home, they are probably missing their kids a little bit. They're probably, you're looking for things to kind of, be interesting and engaging. And so, if you've got, family stories, if you've got heartfelt, heartwarming stories, that's when to post those between 9 and 11. You'll get a tremendous amount of engagement from the, that demographic of people, whoever it is. And then the big one, the huge one, the one that, I'll come back to what you want to post there, is at noon. At noon, literally everybody's online. That's the highest spike of user activity on social media. It's higher than all the other ones combined. However, that's not the only one you want to go after, because if you only go after the stuff at noon, that's when everyone else is posting too. So your posts will get super drowned out if that's the only time that you're posting. So you have to build up ancillary engagement called edge rank and things like that throughout the day and throughout other days to get people to even see your stuff at noon. So the stuff you'll post at noon is what I like to call there's several different methods. Ryan Steuben calls it the magnetic media method. Adam Stark calls it the E3 method. It doesn't matter what you call it. It's just the time when you want to post something that's relevant to your message, sort of a pitch. So that's the pitch you make at around noon. But you don't just pitch and say, hey, I'm a realtor, please hire me. Hey, I'm a roofer, please, let me, into your house. You talk about what you do in a way that you share an experience that kind of resonates with the code of ethics, the honor, the way that you present yourself in your business, the key differentiating factor. And then you show what you extract a meaning out of that. So it's like, I had this experience. This is what I learned from it. And from here, I want to know what you all think. How are you all going to take this day and maximize it? How are you all going to apply this method? And so what you're doing is you're talking about the fact that you're relevant and you're in the market in a non-douchey way. Then you're talking about it in a humble way where you're showing that you can still grow. Because people like dealing with humans, not like robots. So you're going to be showing the fact, hey, I'm a human, I can grow, I'm educatable, I learn. People like dealing with humble, down-to-earth people. And then you engage your audience by asking them what they are most interested in, how they're going to put that, to use, how are they going to take this day and make it shine. And so people are always, willing to talk about these things. They're going to post. You're going to get a lot of people seeing this, a lot of people commenting on it, because of that weight principle. A lot of people who've already worked with are going to see and like it because of that affinity principle, and people are going to hit it right away because it's at noon everyone's there. So recency, you're hitting all three categories of edge rank with one post. It's very powerful. So I recommend it almost every day. You want to have one of those going. There's another big window that goes on around 3:30 to 5 p.m. At any given person's workday, which is that kind of end of the day lull, right? It's like, if anyone's ever worked an office job, a lot of people are business owners who are watching this, right? But if you ever worked an office job, you're not working straight. You're not like a machine 8 hours a day. Like, you're probably gung-ho from 9 until 9 until 3. And then from 3:30 onward, you're like, oh my God, I'm just scrolling through Facebook. I hope the boss doesn't walk up and watch me do this. So they don't have time to engage. So you don't want to ask questions around that time. You just want to post kind of funny stuff to get them to like and kind of react to it, right? To see it, oh, that's funny. So you want to post something kind of like a pick-me-up, like a joke, like a meme, something kind of entertaining, because these people are bored to hell. They can't really engage, because if you ever try to message some, get on Facebook while you're in an office job and someone's looking at you, you're not going to comment. You're just going to be, liking it at best, if anything. And then that's what you post. So kind of something funny, lighthearted jokes, memes, things like that. You can go on Reddit and get memes. You can go on any site and get memes. I don't even tell you where you get memes. It's Facebook. It's pretty much all memes and misinformation about vaccines nowadays anyway. So just don't do the latter and do the former. And then my favorite window, because this is when everyone's commenting and engaging, and remember, comments carry more weight than likes do. And so what is between the 6:30 to 8:30 crowd, which I call the happy hour post, right? Everyone's kind of out at, to a bar, they're out to dinner, they're just home and they're relaxing. And remember, social media is kind of like a drug. So it's like when for people who smoke pot, you get home after work and the first thing you do is you smoke pot, right? That's kind of your thing to do. Same with social media. You get home, you're at the bar, you're wherever you're unwinding, and you get on social media. That's just what you do, right? So for those people, that's when you post something kind of controversial, something to get people to comment, riled up. A little bit funny because they're drinking, so you want to kind of engage them. Maybe kind of edgy, not in a way to push people away, but just kind of in a kind of matter of fact, edgy way, semi sarcastic, whatever the case is. Post something like that then, because you'll get a lot of responses. They may not all be good responses, and that's okay. It doesn't matter. If someone messages, comments on something and just doesn't agree with you, don't engage them back. Don't fight. Don't do anything like that. Just love their comment, whatever, and move on to the next one, and just let that post fill up with comments. What that's going to do is, by the time you hit your next post out there, you're going to have so much engagement throughout the day. And by all means, don't do this. Don't do all 5 a day. You're going to look like a crazy person. Nobody posts 5 times a day. I don't even post 5 times a day. It's my job to post, right? But just if you're going to post, pick what time you're going to post. And if it's going to be if you're wondering what to post at that time, use this as a guide to tell you what to post. So you might even post once a day. You might miss a day. You might post 3 times a day, twice a day. It doesn't matter how many times you post. It just matters if you're hitting the right crowd with the right message to get that right level of engagement that's going to get you to the top of the news feed the next time you put a post out there, right? Okay, I hope this is helpful, guys. I know it's kind of a long-winded thing, so please check out the book and please check out the PDFs and stuff like that. If you haven't taken notes, it's okay, but this is going to be tremendously effective, and I hope you guys found this as much fun and as entertaining as I did. Thank you so much, guys. Take care.